Hello everybody, this is Aishley Verma. I am intern with LEXIS and Company, and today I will be dealing with a case which is related to the fundamental right, which is right to use internet. So the citation of the name of the case is Anuradha Bashir versus Union of India 2020. Citation of the case is AIR 2020 SC 1308, and it was filed in the Supreme Court of India, and the date of judgment is January 10th, 2020. Bench consists of Justice N.V. Raman and Justice R. Subhash Reddy and Justice R.B. Gava. So head notes of the case is the Constitution of India, Article 19(1), Clause A, to freedom of speech and expression, and Article 19(1)(g), to practice any profession or to carry any occupation, trade or business. So the freedom under Article 19 is available only to the citizen of India. State other than some reasonable restrictions cannot have any control on the rights mentioned under this article. So the facts of the case includes the petitioner Anuradha Bashir and Ghulam Nabi Azad filed a petition. Petition was against the indefinite restriction on movement and internet telecom services. On 2nd October 2019, Civil Secretariat, Home Department, Government of Jammu and Kashmir issued a security notice. The tourists who scheduled their visit to Amarnath were asked to go back, and also the schools and colleges were shut down. On August 4, 2019, restrictions were imposed on movement in certain regions, and mobile phone network, telecom, landline and everything was affected and not continued in service. On 5th August 2019, Constitutional Order number 272 was passed, which made all the provisions of the Constitution of India applicable to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. After the abrogation, Article 370, the special status of Jammu and Kashmir was revoked by Article 370. Government imposed Section 144 of CRPC, and restrictions on movement of the people was done. This was imposed as preventive measures to avoid any type of conflict due to Article 370. The petitioner contended that due to the restriction there was a failure to distribute and publish the Kashmir Times Srinagar edition on 5th August 2019. The petitioner filed a writ petition under Article 32 of the Constitution of India, seeking aside the restrictions imposed on mode of communication. The petitioner also claimed the right under Article 19(1), which is particularly about the freedom of speech and expression, and Article 19(1)(g), to practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade or business. These two articles were being violated by the imposition of this restriction. The writ also sought to restore communication in Kashmir that was disturbed due to this imposition of restriction. Further, the petition also demanded the Apex Court to issue guidelines for the media to work and publish news that is not subject to any kind of restriction. So the relevant issues of the case are: number one, just a second. Yeah. Number one issue is that whether the state can be exempted from imposing any order under Section 144 of CRPC, as well as under the suspension rule. Second issue is whether the freedom of speech and expression and freedom to practice and profess or carry on any occupation, trade or business over the internet is a part of fundamental right under Part 3 of the Constitution of India. Number third issue is whether the state's action of forbidding internet access is valid. Number fourth is whether the restriction imposed under Section 144 was valid. Number fifth issue is whether the freedom of press and of the petitioner in the writ petition was violated due to the restriction. So these were the 5 issues that was related to the case. Now the points that were derived by the court are the points that are derived by the court are: the court recognized that the internet as a medium to practice freedom of speech and expression and to facilitate freedom of practice and profession or to carry on any trade, business and occupation, and it is now protected under the Constitution. Further, the court issued an order to revive the internet service after thorough review, and highlighted the suspension of internet of connectivity service for an indefinite period is violative of laws under temporary suspension of telecom service, public emergency or public safety rules 2017. The suspension of services should only be on temporary basis. This was held by the court. Further, the court also issuance of any order relating to shutting of internet service must be followed the principle of proportionality in order to prevent the abuse of power, and any order moved under the temporary suspension of telecom service rules are subject to judicial review. Further, court ordered a review committee to be set up to review and rectify the suspension order. Also, the state state authorities were instructed to restore the essential internet service such as government website, limited e-banking facilities, hospital services, etc. And the power under section 144 of CRPC should be implemented in case of imminent danger and threat, and should not be exercised and to suppress the liberty or opinion of the citizen. So the judgment of the Apex Court, while hearing this matter, has decided the fundamental. The Apex Court, while hearing this matter, has decided that freedom of speech and expression through internet and freedom to practice any profession, occupation, trade and commerce through internet is a fundamentally guaranteed under Article 19(1)(a) and 19(1)(g) of the Constitution of India. The court also added that indefinite suspension of internet is not permissible, and banning the internet repeatedly by order under section 144 of CRPC is abuse of power. So hope you like the analysis of the case. Thank you so much.